It's not a bad one. Certainly it was the front foot, but there wasn't much bounce there. Pretty straight. Be interesting to have a look at the replay.
Yes, the thing to watch here is, did he get an inside edge? It's pitched in line. He didn't, but I think that ball was going down leg side. Doug Cowie deciding in the batsman's favour. The umpire's job.
It was touch and go whether it was going to go down leg. Well, he's gone over the top. That's a good shot. He charged Mark Waugh, and he gets hold of it nicely and whips it over the top down to long on for 4.
Well, Mark Waugh, one of the best in the business, in my opinion. And he just goes over the top. Mark Waugh had a particularly successful tour of Australia, well, the tour of New Zealand, the last time the Australians were here.
Taylor, he's doing the same sort of tactic coming down the pitch, very successfully driving it straight. It was in the air for a way, but very safe.
That's the Australian 50. And Taylor just improvising a bit, using his feet well and hitting through the ball and hitting straight. Ken's not able to adapt and bang it into it. Just see here the bat going through the line of the ball.
Tommy whips it behind square, and there's a long chase around the boundary, and the ball wins. Chris Pringle can't make it. So a couple of 4s, and the Australian innings is going to really get underway.
Well, he gets hit straight too. That's a lovely shot by Taylor, and it should go all the way. Beautifully timed, and Mark Taylor really starting to find his form now.
So the man mid-off, dropping back to the fence. That's Danny Morrison heading out. And there's a man protecting way out. So Chris Pringle way out there at square leg on the onside, and come further out, pan further out, way out on the offside as an offside sweeper as well.
Sweeping it away, and he's got it fine and clear of any fieldsman. 4 runs. Just over tossing around leg stump.
Yes, it's another good shot from Taylor.
Ball, Tom.
Oh, that's poor fielding. Great bat's made a mess of that. I'm not quite sure what happened there. It was on the square. Maybe the footholes of a previous match made the ball bobble. So Mark Douglas is coming out now, with Great Batch being off temporarily, one would imagine. It must have fallen awkwardly in trying to stop that single a moment ago that you saw. Sweeping, but not able to get it past deep backward square. It's Justin Vaughan down there. So the 100 has come quite quietly. The crowd hardly recognised it because they just collected their way to it, although this is an aggressive shot.
It's the quick singles to keep the scoreboard ticking over has always been a feature of the Australians' play. They seem to be able to do it better than most other one-day sides we see playing. Some of great understanding between the batsmen. They know when the runner's on. They're both prepared to go and commit themselves.
Oh! Well, this is the exception. That's from outside off. And Taylor trying to heave it away on the onside and gets a bye. What was noticeable was that Adam Perori was a little guilty of shot watching, admiring the shot of the batsman, taking your eye off the ball, and the ball just going through and hitting him on the thigh. And so that's a 50 from Waugh in 76 balls. Barely acknowledged it. Again, the slower one, but easily clipped off the toes. So that's the 50 for Mark Taylor. The end of the over, 109 for 1.
52 for Mark Waugh, now on strike.
Great strike rate. Hasn't lost nothing in comparison to this man.
Down the wicket, in the air, and 4 runs, was it? Yes. Well, he really clubbed that. Lost it for a moment. Played across it, but he knew where the gap was, and 4 all the way.
The interesting thing is, John, they've scored 50 singles in this innings so far.
It's good running, isn't it? It's real pressure. And this one, DeWayne, he's found the gap again. That will be 4. Chris Pringle lumbering around, can't stop it. So a very expensive over, this one, and it's hasn't finished yet. What have we got? 4, 5, 6, 8, 12 runs so far. So Mark Taylor, he was well, he's caught up and passed Mark Waugh, and here's the wagon wheel, John.
Yes, and you'll notice that Taylor has played all round the ground, whereas Waugh is particularly strong on the onside. He can play on the offside as well as anyone, but Taylor's actually scattered them a bit. Full range of shots.
And Chris Pringle from the southern end.
Well, there we see his wood.
It's not too bad, is it?
Particularly well against England and Australia.
Taking a hiding against the Aussies. It's the Indians, sorry. Not bad against the Australians. Down the wicket. Oh, that's hit straight and hit well, and 1 bounce, 4. Well, good shot, Mark Waugh. He's a lovely timer, lovely hitter of the ball.
It's a lovely shot. It's really a welcome back to the bowling crease. The only danger with that shot was hitting it too much onside to that deep fielder that's down there on the long boundary.
Just holding back on that shot, showing his skill, Waugh, as he times that one, pushing it down to long on. Another easy single. Down the wicket, in the air, well clear of the field, and just struggling a little down there, but it's got enough on it to go for 4. So Mark Taylor picks up another 4, on to 138 for
137 in 116 minutes.
Oh, that's through. That's a lovely shot. That'll go all the way. Vaughan is short and outside the off stump, and Mark Waugh knows what to do with that. Oh, now that might have been a chance for a stumping. Let's have another look at that. As again, Waugh charged.
Well, this is well bowled by Vaughan, and yes, Mark Waugh has come down and has just eluded Adam Perori. We'll see if he's out of his ground here. He's given himself room. Yes. Sharp chance there for Perore.
He's got it. Has he? Vaughan has come up with the caught and bowled. So he might have missed the stumping, but he's got the caught and bowled.
Well, no one more relieved on the ground than Adam Perore, I'm sure. He's pretty happy Justin Vaughan's managed to hold on to this one. This is a vital wicket for New Zealand. Mark Waugh missed out the time before. Decided to hit down the ground, just a little bit of elevation and a bit of a juggle, I think, from Vaughan, and he's held it in the stomach area. We can see there hasn't been the cleanest of takes. Mark Waugh has stuck around. The acknowledgement from the umpire. Waugh has gone for 74, 150 for 2.
New batsman for Australia, David Boone, and just look at the experience there. 175th limited overs match for Australia today. That's nicely played by Boone, and he's going to get more than one here as Larson chases. And he gets 2 to get underway.
His last half dozen innings or so, his top score has been 17. He's had a poor runner by his own standards.
Oh! Flicked it away very fine. In fact, too fine for the New Zealand field. And that's the best possible start by David Boone. He takes the boundary and goes to 6. Oh, that's a full toss, and Taylor knows what to do with those. That's a gift 4.
So Gavin Larson now bowling to Mark Taylor, the first over after the second drinks break. And there are the bowling figures.
Yeah, so Morrison again has been pretty useful. Thompson bowled well, went for 13 in his last over, so really had to come out of the attack. Other than that, he had bowled very well. Cairns has been a problem. He's only 3 overs and he's probably unlikely to bowl again.
Yeah. Oh, and Taylor gets that through. He has been playing well, and if you bowl short and wide outside the off stump, that's what he'll do to you.
Slower in the air, but Vaughan stuck out a hand rather hopefully. It was hit more cleanly than anticipated, and it carried through for 4. Quick run, misfielded. So Young sprinting in on that as though it was going to be a tight run, but the ball going by him.
Look at the Manhattan, progressing very well.
Yes, and has kept the consistency, and particularly when he's a little bit out of nick.
It's never much fun following a big partnership. Waugh and Taylor batting very well, and you're sitting in the stand. Then you have to try and come out, kick on. But there were 200 up for Australia. 200 for 2.
That's a magnificent effort. The Australian, there's a man who's delighted to be on television, or either delighted for the Australian 200.
Boone driving, super shot through the covers for 4. Well, that was 4 from the moment it left the bat. Down the wicket, and where's that one gone? It's in the air, and it's safe. Just dropping short of Justin Vaughan. It seemed to hover up there for an eternity, and Justin Vaughan was down and long on the long-on boundary. He couldn't quite make it.
Well, Booney knows he's a bit lucky. Looking to go through mid-wicket. With a swipe, plenty of air on the ball, and Vaughan just not being able to make it. It's back to Taylor.
Oh, no. Oh, is he out? It's a loud appeal, and oh, he's gone. A bat pad of looking shot. I wonder if it was a leading edge in the end, but Chris Pringle gets a return catch. Certainly came from the bat. The crowd have livened up, and Mark Taylor, that 100, he won't get it again. 97 he's gone for.
Well, Taylor goes to work the ball on the onside, a leading edge, and it just lobs back to Chris Brink. Can't believe his luck. And poor Mark Taylor, 97.
So gone Taylor, and 214 for 3. So Steve Waugh on strike.
Might have been a bunt ball, I think. A lot of the crowd that it was a catch.
Well, I'm pretty sure it was a catch myself, and the way Danny Morrison went after it. We'll just have a little look here.
Yes, it was.
Certainly was. He just spooned it straight back, and Danny Morrison, usually a very safe pair of hands, and if you drop them off your own bowling, it's pretty hard to blame anyone else for dropping them as well.
Boone goes after him, swings away, and it's gone past the fieldsman for 4 runs.
Not as sunny as was forecast. There's quite a lot of cloud cover. But still warm. As is that run rate, over 5 now.
Bowling. Clever delivery from Chris Pringle, and Steve Waugh goes in the 48th over.
Well, here's slower delivery number 2 for the over, and this has deceived Steve Waugh. He was on the charge. Look at the way the ball is spinning in the air onto middle stump, right on target. So a good little innings from Steve Waugh comes to an end. And he breakthrough for New Zealand at the end of the innings to the 8 for 4.
In the air, chance. Larson takes it. David Boone having a slog, and the 49th is out. And New Zealand picking up some Galatian wickets at the end.
Well, all or nothing for David Boone, trying to hit this one over mid-wicket. It arrived just a little bit too quickly for him. He didn't get through on the shot. Spooned it up to mid-off. Gavin Larson, a very comfortable catch. An excellent innings from David Boone has finished. A real contribution, 241 for 5.
Ian Healy is the new batsman for Australia, replacing David Boone. Ian Healy coming in the 49th over. All he can do is stand there and slog. He's at the non-striker's end, though. Goes again, and oh, that's not a bad looking shot. Oh, it's beaten the New Zealand field as well. Danny Morris initially went for the catch. Prompting charges and misses. No runs taken, and the Australian batsmen wander off with a satisfactory total for them of 254 for 5. And for New Zealand in this game, they'll need to score just over 5 runs per over.
A very good effort that by the Australians for 254, led by captain Mark Taylor, scoring 97. Just 3 short of that century. Hasn't scored a century in one-day cricket, Mark Taylor, but a very good innings all the same. Mark Waugh, 74 from 97. He seems to rise to the occasion in these matches, and a very good sign that for Australia. David Boone, 44 from just 42 balls. There's no better way to get yourself out of a slump than to go out and starting some shots. For the New Zealanders, all the bowling honours were somewhat shared about. Chris Pringle picking up 2 wickets. Danny Morrison probably the best of the bowlers, 1 for 40 off his 10 overs. But all in all, not a pleasing day for the New Zealanders with the ball, and it'll be interesting now to see whether the Australian bowlers can have any more success when they go out to bowl on what looks like a pretty placid wicket at Eden Park.
First runs of the innings, not a bad shot from Brian Young through the mid-wicket region. A long chase out there. It's touch and go. Dragged in Shane Warne, but not before they've got 3. There's Ian Healy, the keeper. And Paul Rifle's got the ball. They're going to bowl the second over of the innings. In the air, well, he's got hold of it, and a few bounces into the boundary. So Mark, great batch. The crowd love it. He's picked that one up and whacked it into the mid-wicket fence.
Well, this ball was just over-tossed slightly on middle. Great batch knew if he cleared that inner ring it was going to be 4 because there are no fielders out there.
Oh, he's hit that one down the ground. That's going to be 6. Oh, what a big hit. Straight down over the bowler's head and into the stand. Well, the crowd have gone crazy. Mark Greatbatch got hold of it beautifully. It was in the slot, and he whistled it back over the bowler.
This McGrath just a little guilty of tossing, bowling too full, but of course he'd be bowling full to look for a little bit of movement. But what a tremendous hit that was. He actually never quite got to it, but he managed to get it on the rise or on the up, as we call say. And well, look how far it travelled.
Yeah. Oh, full toss. And he's turned it nicely behind. Long chase for Paul Rifle. He'll pull it in, but they should come back for 3. So a productive over so far. There's still 1 ball to go. Yes, they get 3 all right. Bowling. It's true. So New Zealand have lost Brian Young. He's looking to play it on the leg side and misjudged it, and it sneaked through and hit the stumps.
As we're seeing here on the Bank of New Zealand replay, just drifted into him slightly, but Young got too far across, paid the penalty.
So Young gone, 19 full. So the skipper, Ken Rutherford, coming out. 116 matches, as you see, that's average. Just under 30, a couple of hundreds he's got, and 16 50s.
Australia really going for the kill here.
A sweep play by Rutherford.
Well, you've got to be very careful sweeping against the leg spinner. You're sweeping against the spin, and he was sweeping right off middle stump.
Greatbatch gets it very high in the air, and it is over the top.
Well, that's a Greatbatch special. Here it comes. It's a little bit short. He's used his feet. Whack. One of the great challenges, the type of player who likes to hit the ball over the top, go for the boundaries, is to pick the right delivery. And so far in this innings, Mark Greatbatch has shown particularly good judgment in picking the delivery to hit.
That's up, and he's whipped that away nicely too. Might just about go all the way. That's 4 more. McGrath can't haul it in, and 13 runs off the over. New Zealand are 42 for 1.
In Rutherford likes to sweep. It's almost intuitive. It's quite a risk shot against the leg spinner if the ball's turning.
Oh, is he stumped?
Well, I think he's going to call for the replay, and I think that we'll find that the Australians seem very confident. Their body language says that Ken Rutherford's on his way, and I don't think he got his bat down until, well, he didn't get it down. It's a good, smart piece of work from Ian Healy. I think we'll see the red light very shortly.
That's up, yes. He's got to be given. And he is. That's a fair call. The bat wasn't down, and Ken Rutherford is gone. Trying once again to sweep, and it's been his downfall. 42 for 2. Stephen Fleming is the new batsman for New Zealand. Just a young fellow, but in his 20th first class, at least one-day international for New Zealand.
And there's Blewett, who's fielding so much deeper here because the ball tends to go more quickly with the pace of it there. And Gully quite deep too, and then with the other two in the offside, that's where the problem arises for Fleming. He's just not able to penetrate that offside field. Charging in the air and just over the top, tipping it over the bar. It may still just dribble for 4. And it does. So there was the frustration for Fleming, and almost didn't get under it enough. In the air, and this will be 4. Over mid-wicket, Boone not able to get across to it. So Fleming successful, but a good over nevertheless from Rifle. 61 for 2.
It's an amazing operation. He, of course, is an off-spinner, but he will go away from the left-hander. See how much turn he's getting.
That's a big hit as he Warren going round after it, and it goes for 4. Very high in the air, and it's staggered across the boundary with Shane Warne trying to get underneath it.
Well, Fleming didn't really get onto it. It went high, just bouncing inside the boundary, and Shane Warne made a valiant effort. He was never going to make it, and in the end couldn't prevent the boundary. They were lit. Fortunate, but he's gone again.
He could be out this time, though.
Oh, he's dropped it.
Put it down. Would you believe it?
Here the Worms. A little bit of divergence early, but now they're neck and neck, Grant.
Fleming comes down, lifting very high, and it's pitched and landed and rolled over the boundary. So I think you're right, John.
And Stephen Fleming, there's no one back, and down the wicket. Hit it high, just made the boundary.
Fleming goes again, swings this away, that's going to be 4 more. And up comes the New Zealand 100 in the 22nd over.
Well, this is tremendous cricket from Stephen Fleming. One of the most promising young players we've had emerge for a while.
Lifting again, Fleming. And Boone coming round again, can't stop it. And Fleming really is making a meal of Greg Blewett.
Well, this is a great shot. He's playing for the gap. He's just hitting it over through mid-wicket. David Boone's fairly square. A great battle going on here between our very promising youngster and Fleming and this man, Greg Blewett.
Goes over the top on the offside this time, and that'll run away for 4 more.
Well, this is tremendous batting from Fleming. They dropped the mid on back. They brought the mid off up. He'd gone over on the onside, and now he goes over the top on the offside.
And he gets his 50. End of the over, 105th for 2.
In the air, but safe, and that's the 50 for a great batch from 56 balls. But these two need to go on for New Zealand to get close, have a chance of winning. So Shane Warne, he will get some turn. He will need to pitch it well clear of off stump so that they can't play him with certainty into the onside. Anything close to the pads must be runs. A loud appeal for an LBW. And he started to sprint down. Congratulations to the keeper, I think, rather prematurely.
Yes, I don't think it was a great appeal initially from him, though. Look at the turn. It's turned back in here, and it's hit Fleming on the back leg. And that makes it a pretty good shot. Let's have a look at the height. Maybe just a little bottom edge in there might have saved him.
Around the wicket, Tim May. Going straight. It'll be out caught. Yes, it is. Shane Warne coming in, so Fleming not content to collect, and he holds out. A good knock from him at 53 and 72 balls, but New Zealand lose their 3rd wicket.
Well, a vital breakthrough this for the Australians. They're quite jubilant, really. They all rush to tea because he's proved to undo Fleming here. Fleming's looked to go over mid-off again. The ball never quite arrived. He ended up bringing the bottom hand into play, spooning it down to mid-on. Warne the simple catch, 124 for 3.
Chris Cairns striding to the crease. Great Batch having a chat. And I wonder whether Great Batch might have had a chat too with Stephen Fleming. Because the young man at 21 showing some talent, but just could have worked it out a little better so that he could have gone on. Well, this could be buys. We'll wait for the call. It'll probably go all the way. Could embarrass them by pulling up just inside, and if they really scurry, it's possibly they could have run 4, but it's gone. Leg buys. So Great Batch looking to play the paddle and getting 4 leg buys instead. Edging this one. If there'd been a slip in there, he'd have been gone. It could well go for 4. And it does, so 6 ends up coming off the Warne over, 138 for 3.
However, it's irrelevant for the moment as that one is swung away into the boundary, and the umpire looks for a moment, but it's fines. Well, exciting stuff at Eden Park today, and Tim May on this occasion. Chris Cairns hammering him.
Yes, getting down. He had plenty of width there. It's a shot that Cairns plays very well when he's got room, and he really powered into that.
Oh, this could be a run out. Oh, dear. Is he out? Batch dives. He threw it to the wrong end. No question about that. And that was a let-off for New Zealand. There was all sorts of confusion out in the middle. Mark Greatbatch and Chris Cairns debating the issue ad infinitum, but they threw it to the wrong end. And he made it.
Oh, big shout for leg before, and he's out. Cairns is gone. The breakthrough that Australia wanted. And Cairns on his way for 22.
Yeah, certainly a big wicket this for Australia to get, because Cairns had batted very well. Well, is it just going down the leg side? It's been looked at and he's been given. So the Australians get the breakthrough that they need. It's up to Mark Greatbatch now to really cement his authority on the game.
169 for...
Shane Thompson, the new batsman for New Zealand, replacing Chris Cairns. And Glenn McGrath has come back, had an opportune time to grab the wicket. Thompson smacks it away to the fence.
Well, the thing about this New Zealand batting lineup, when you look through it, is they all have the ability to play strokes, and Shane Thompson is no exception. It's a glorious shot, a despairing dive, and that cannoned into the sideboards.
Handstand caught. Has he? Yes. Thrown in the air and away goes Greatbatch. He's out. He's been climbed. That's a big wicket for the Australians.
Well, that's disappointment for Mark Greatbatch. It's beautifully bowled, just opened the face, and Healy taking it, and he delighted. Greatbatch stood his ground, but that is a break for the Australians.
So away goes Greatbatch for 74, 181 for 5. Wicket-keeper Adam Perori is the new batsman for New Zealand. And he's in there replacing Mark Greatbatch. Well, that'll go to the boundary. I think it came off the pad. Yes, leg byes, but they all count. 4 leg byes.
Well, Paul Rifle's face says it all. That is not the place to be bowling to a new batsman. Just gives him a free hit. It's a bit of pad on it. And it's a needless 4 runs.
Well, there's indecision here. He must be run out. Now, that's crazy stuff. Insisting on the run. And Thompson is just nowhere at all. Didn't even bother, really, because he knew he was going to be run out so easily. And just running in and taking the bails off. And so New Zealand lose their 6th.
Cricket, really. Adam Perori had no consideration for Thompson there. Thompson was never interested. The ball's gone behind the stumps. Theoretically, as Thompson's call, he's running to the danger end. He has to assess it. And he's left high and dry. So New Zealand now 187 for 6.
So Justin Vaughan is just coming out to the crease following that mishap with the run out. Yes, signs of the wheels starting to fall off now. Good solid call there, though, from Justin Vaughan. Nicking it behind, a loud appeal. Justin Vaughan standing there, but it appeared obvious that he'd got the little nick, and so he goes. New Zealand lose their 7th.
Well, another big breakthrough now for Australia. Angling across the left-hander, just a little faint touch, small deviation, just carrying through to Healy. No doubt for bowler or wicketkeeper or umpire in the end. 193 for 7.
Well, Gavin Larson's had some experience. He's 32. And he's had 60 of these matches. Highest score, though, of 19. LBW shot. Did he get outside the line? Did he get far enough forward? It didn't bounce very high. Wilson replay.
We may see this ball just angling down leg side. A little deviation off the pitch. We can see middle and off stump, and I think Larson on the way forward. He'll sit on the crease, but going down leg.
He's out. Down to Rifle at mid-on. Gavin Larson has holed out. Well, the first ball of Mark Waugh's over. Tried to do something, but he hit a pretty straightforward catch straight to Paul Rifle. He made no mistake, so New Zealand in further trouble.
Yes, we're seeing here on the bank in New Zealand replay, that ball was up there. Larson didn't get enough bat on it and just had a very comfortable catch to mid-on.
Well, Gavin Larson gone, 199 for 8. So Chris Prill, the new man, and there are his batting statistics. 9.68 the average. No 50s, no 100s. The highest score of 34 not out. If he got near that and Adam Perori stayed with him, who knows? But 2 wickets left. It's getting quite a long shot. Perori, down the wicket he goes. Oh, he's dropped, I think. The replay will tell us. There's a bit of confusion with the running. And that's over mid-on. That's 4. Good shot. Down to the long-on boundary. It's undefended. He picked it well. And Perori picks up 4 runs. Shane Warne. Oh, he's gone, is he? Oh, he's asking for the replay. The third umpire, Doug Cowie, has signalled for the third umpire, and we'll have to wait and see. That back foot, watch it. The ball coming through to Healy. Well, that's not too good. That doesn't really tell us what's what.
Well, it was a smart piece of wicket keeping by Healy.
He's in.
Perori's got the benefit of the doubt.
Fair enough. So Perori lives again. Maybe per courtesy of not such a good picture, but nevertheless he's still there. So Shane Warne 1 for 32. And Australia box seat now. Sweeping, Adam Perori will pick up 1, but it won't be enough. So Glenn McGrath to bowl the 49th over. And he's bowled him. Chris Pringle, clean bowled. Went for a big swing. And Glenn McGrath successful in hitting the stumps. Another New Zealand wicket has gone. And Chris Pringle departs the scene at Eden Park.
As we're seeing here that Pringle knew he had to get on with the game. The ball was on a length. He tried to swing it through mid-wicket. It was straight, and he missed it. It's good bowling by McGrath.
217 for 9. And the last man, Danny Morrison, is almost to the middle. Well, he's got his darks on. And seems to be reasonably relaxed about the whole thing.
Well, it's a little bit difficult for Danny, isn't it, coming in at this stage? He's really in a no-win situation.
He's on strike. And he's going to get a run. A bit of a misfield from Glenn McGrath. And the crowd enjoy it. One ball left. And quietly forward. So that's the end of the game. Australia have won this one-day. Mark Taylor, the skipper, he's well pleased with the day's proceedings, and the players leave the park here at Eden Park.
It's a very good effort that by the Australians to restrict New Zealand to just 9 for 227. A wonderful innings from Mark Greatbatch, 74 from just 93 balls faced. He loves that ground at Eden Park. Stephen Fleming played very well, 53 from just 71 balls. And Chris Cairns, 22 from 26, but after they went, the New Zealand batting fell away altogether. It was a very good bowling effort by the Australians. Paul Rifle, the best of them, 3 for 35, and he won't have done his chances any harm at all for selection in the up-and-coming West Indian Tour. Been bowling very well of late, Paul Rifle, and as you can see, as the New Zealand's fell away, Captain Mark Taylor decided to give just about everyone a bowl. So we move to the points table, and Australia at the top of that points table now are short of a place in the final, and they will meet India on Wednesday evening and will want to keep their unbeaten record.